Ooh, we got people here already. Wow. Well, that's awfully nice. uh, oh, it's nice that somebody thinks this is helpful. Um, and that's the only reason I'm here. Uh, Hi. What do you have to?
It's a shirt I'm trying to
I'm on a vacation with a family at the beach. You hear my grandson back there? Come here, Caleb. You want to say hello? You want to say hello? uh, well, he's like 10 years old. They have another one about 3 years old, and my other son just had another one who's about 3 days old. Yes, they're 3 days full. But actually, what I want to talk about today is scammers. You know, and I just answered a question on Let's Go Help Too about people getting scammed, and particularly there's a lot of people that help you with your credit and your debt and things like this that are scammers. Now there's legitimate people too, but it's hard to find if you don't know the landscape well. And you look, if you go to the Federal Trade Commission, these are the people who get rid of scammers and people that rip you off. And of course, they just get a fraction of what is really there because they don't have that kind of reach and that kind of number of people working for them. But they have just dozens and dozens of big cases of scammers, particularly on the internet, that are going to help with your debt or your bills that you owe and stuff like that, and the debt relief and all that kind of stuff. And it's a pity because people get caught in them and they do things illegally, and it's terrible. And why it's terrible is because there's people who will do it for free. They get government grants to do the same thing that these companies will charge you for. Even though they say you won't pay money, they're getting it somewhere. They have to. So what they're doing is if you're not paying them directly, they're getting it money from money you could use to pay your bills instead of give to them. And it's true that there's some good people doing this, and so they're not all scammers, but you can't take the risk because you don't know. I don't know. All I know is I remember the biggest, if you put in debt relief, I did this a couple years back or whatever when the FTC was trying to really clamp down, and they could never clamp down because people pop up in another name and registration and all this kind of stuff. These people are smart. They're not dumb crooks. Crooks are usually smart. They're usually smarter than the police, and that's why it's a good business for them. So you just have to stay away, and that's the way to do it. Just go to the free people. And that's why, particularly if you're a member, we show you all the free people that will do this for free. What I was saying is, I put in, like debt relief, and the top people, when you did a Google search on debt relief, were all under investigation from the Federal Trade Commission. Wow. That's how good they are. See, they are good. So they're able to get on top, be the top website for people who are looking for help with their debt and things like that, and that you don't stand a chance. How do they get to the top? Because so many people clicked on them, and got caught in this web. And the universe is so big, they're able to keep going and do it under another name and all this kind of stuff. So unfortunately, the only way to do that is to not play at all. So stay away from Google if you want to solve your debt problems or your credit problems or improve your credit score or any of those kind of things to do with your debt and credit and stuff like that. Because there's too many organizations that will do that for free. They already got grant money, for you to be able to do that for free. So, I mean, that makes sense to me, I think one of the members was a little upset that I'm painting a wide brush stroke and saying everybody in the business is a scam. Of course they're not. But you don't know. I wouldn't know, and so you're doing this for the first time. I do this for a living and I can't tell. You know, and it's so easy, and particularly if you're susceptible because you're weak. When you're in financial trouble, you're weak. You want to solve that problem more than anything because, you know, you feel you're falling off a cliff and backing up on a cliff, and you don't want to go any further. So you'll grab at anything for relief. You know, you're a drowning person in the sea, and this looks like a life raft. You know, or a life, what do you call the little things you put over your head? A lifesaver. And no, they're ones you eat, right? Well, you know what I mean. And so you'll grab onto it, and it costs you money. It's going to cost you a couple thousand, a couple hundred, or whatever the hell it is. You don't have it. So that's why the main thing, if you have financial problems, you don't throw money at financial problems. Unless you have money, you know. And if you had money, you wouldn't have a financial problem. So the sharks who want that money, you'll go into further debt to give somebody money to get out of debt. Now that sounds stupid thing to do, but you don't know your options. So it's easy to get trapped into that by not knowing your options and just getting caught up into another scheme that is going to promise you, you know, to get out of debt when it won't, and it'll get them out of debt, not you out of debt. It's going to get them out of debt. So you can't get trapped in that stuff, you know. But it's so easy. I mean, I get scammed too. I mean, the people in marketing in this country spend more time marketing than anything else, you know, than learning how to do brain surgery even, because it's just too profitable. And that's how people buy. So if you understand that psychology or whatever, then you can get money out of people's pocket, you know. And that's what we're good at in this country. We're good at getting money from people. By the way, okay, so, good. I think we had Tammy put up the 3. I sent a note to everybody before I started the talk this morning, giving the 3 main collective grant reports we have. We have 3 major reports that collect the grants in certain areas so you could use it better. Because otherwise you go to Google and what you're going to find is 1 billion grants. Okay, you can't do anything with that, and it's full of sharks in there, and you're going to get your toes bit off. So you got to stay away from that. So what we do is collect the grants in certain areas, so you know these are the grants that are legitimate for what you want to do. Say you want to buy a house, okay? So if you go to our Monster Grant Report, that's our latest report. And that's what I'm working on now because it's more personal, it's more step-by-step, and it's more that I see that could be longer lasting because a lot of these programs don't change. I've been doing this for, 48 years, and a lot of it hasn't changed at all. But there's new ones coming and going every day. So that's what you have. So what we do is show you the places, even where the new ones come and go every day. So what you do, like for buying a house, okay, in that report, if you download the report for buying a house, at the beginning of that report, it will show you 7 organizations, that all they do is help you find money to buy a home, okay? That's all they do. They're all nonprofit organizations. I think one's a government office, but they're only there to give. Okay, see, now these organizations that give money to help you buy a house or show you where there's free money to buy a house, remember, all the people, they never call you. They'll never be calling you on the phone. Hey, you want to know how to buy a house? No. The people who call you on the phone or send you emails or texts or anything are people that are going to want to get money from you. They can't afford to call you on the phone or text you or send you emails if they're not getting money from you or someone else. Somebody else is a bigger sucker than you. And that's what keeps them going to do that. They have to get money from you. The people who give you money or give you free help, they don't call you. They don't have money to call you. They have money to give you, okay? So that's why you have to call them. So you have to learn the process, of calling them. They don't call you. The scammers call you. The people who want to rip you off call you. They're the ones who are going to spend a lot of money because it's very profitable. Very lucrative. Yeah. And they spend their 24 hours a day figuring out what to say so they could get money from you. That's their life. You know, they don't even provide the service. Probably somebody else is doing the service or whatever. You know, but that's what it is. Or if there is a service, you know, most of them don't even have a service, or it's a shitty service or whatever. It's something you could certainly get better somewhere else. So that's what's going on. So that's why, you know, the good stuff do not call you. Okay, you have to call them. Now, because you have to call them, you have to learn the process. You have to learn how to do this. I mean, it's not complicated. You just get a phone number and call a person, just like you would, you know, calling for a pizza. Okay, if you want to get a pizza delivered, right, or whatever, and you'd go on the internet or something and find somebody to call who delivers pizza, right, and you get a pizza. Okay, same thing. So you have to call the pizza guy. Well, he may call you, but he wants money from you, right? But it's the same thing in the relationship. You just have to call the office, tell them what you want to do. I want to buy a house. I don't have money. That's fine. That's all you have to say. You know, and I want to learn about some options or what I do to be able to do that now or someday. Okay, so that's how you do this. You call, and the way to do it too is not only call one or two people and see what they say. No, you can't do that. You know, you have to call a dozen people and see what they say, okay? Because everybody has different things. It changes all the time. It's too hard to keep up. It's like expecting one doctor to know everything about healing everything in their body. Yeah, they know a lot or whatever, but they can't. Nobody can keep up on this stuff. So if you want to keep up on it, you have to call more than one person. You have to, you know, find out more about what's out there, because maybe you're asking the wrong thing. That's what you do when you go and start researching and start finding help for what you need, is that you refine what you want. You know, you need a grant to do this. Well, no, you don't need a grant. You probably, they're loans you never have to pay back. How would you know to ask that? You don't, you know? So that's why you never say, I want a grant or I want specific. No, you say what your objective is. You say, hey, I want to buy a house. I want to fix up a house. You know, that's it. How you do it, you don't care. You just want to have a house, right? I need help, as Tammy says. That's all you have to say. I need help, okay? And please help me. And here's the other important thing: when you go to somebody and you say, I need help, and they say, I can't help you, you silly man. No, then you say, can you suggest somebody who will be able to help me? Okay, so it's, I need help. That's all you have to know how to say. And they'll say, well, for what? Well, I want to buy a house, okay? Not, I want a grant. I want this. No. You need to solve a problem. You know, if you had a tummy ache, you'd want to say, oh, I need a stomach operation. No, you don't know what the hell cures it. You know, so I have a tummy ache. So I need a house. Yeah. And that's how you get the problem solved, because then that expands your mind. You say, oh, did you ever think about this? Did you ever think about this? Yeah. Or there's this kind of program you could use. Man, you don't know. I don't know. I've been studying these things for 50 years almost. And I still don't know what the hell's out there, because it changes every day. The rules change every day. The requirements change every day. So you have to find out what's there now. And you get the best information on that is by talking to people, not going in the internet. Particularly if you don't know. If you know what you're looking for and you know the name of the program, you know the name or whatever. Like, I found a great program today that a member told me about, and I was able to find it instantly on HUD because I had the exact name. If I said, and it's to solve a problem, people who are about to be homeless. And there's a brand new program that came out. And if you put homeless in HUD, and you'll never find this. But I had the exact name. I forget what the heck it is now. Maybe I'm afraid if I touch something, you guys are going to disappear. That happens to me too much. So it is. That's it. Let me see if I some answers, questions I could get here. Tammy, well, you only have to put it up once or twice, Tammy. Now I can't find any questions. All I find is yours. Yeah, and that's the same on questions, Tammy. Is on our question corner. Yeah, don't put these up, okay? Unless you put one of these up and tell them where in the report to answer, because there's too much. I can't find the questions that they have there because of the other stuff that really doesn't answer directly what's there. What I'm trying to do with the Let's Go Corner is get that more directly to their questions, not throw them, a big bucket of water like that. I mean, that's good once in a while or whatever, but now it's hard to see the questions. And the Let's Go Corner is going to be places for questions. Like here, Tammy, if you look at the chat, you have your same answer 15 times in here, and so I can't find the questions, so that's not good, and that's why we have to go to you, okay, I know, okay, and yeah, but see, if you go to HUD, you don't even know what the question is, you can't find it. But let me try to see if I can find it. Where the hell was it? Okay, that's right, that's yeah, it was in my answers today on Facebook. Now, I answered definitely the Facebook questions. When they first come in on Facebook, I'm the one who answers directly. And I do that every day. So, and I'm not overwhelmed, so I'm usually able to get them within a day or two. Let's see what, oh, here it is, yes, okay. Now, here is, and this is a good example, if I find you again. Okay, here's the program that the member told me about, okay? Rush Rapid Unsheltered Survival Housing, And if you put, homeless or housing in HUD, man, you're going to get 15,000, websites or whatever in HUD alone. So you never find it. But what you have to do, if you knew this, see RUSH, R-U-S-H, which stands for Rapid Unsheltered Survivor Housing. You put that in and you'll find it. At least I did, and it was very easy to find. And it showed me there's like 7 areas that have that program. So there's only 7 areas that have that program, see? And that's what you have to try to find, because you won't find this anyway unless you knew the exact name. And you put homeless, well, I mean, you could put homeless and go to find help and put homeless in there and then call every homeless program that helps homeless in every city or the city you're in. But there will be at least 50 programs for you to check to see if they're there or not. Here, to know the exact name, I'm able to put that in, find that, and that took me to the HUD site that showed me the 7 cities that this is in now. So see, that's what it takes. And so it's out there, but it's getting a little used to the system, and it's not complicated or whatever it is, but you could do it. I mean, everything's complicated. Remember, the computers were complicated. Now you use it, no problem, right? Cars were complicated 100 years ago, whenever the hell they came out. I mean, now, no problem, right? Yeah, I guess it's probably maybe about 100 years, okay? And so all that is like that. And if you take your time, and the opportunities are in the beginning of things, not when they're, everybody's there and using them or whatever. So if you take a little patience and you learn the system as it is now, so you can get the most out of it, it is the most important thing I think you could do with your life at this point. Because these are tools to learn how to live in our society. I mean, look, we're going to have artificial intelligence now. Wow, this stuff is really big. It's a real big game changer. So start dipping your toe into that, no matter how old you are. Look, I'm 80 years old and learning this stuff for the first time. Anybody could do this. I'm a kid who flunked English in college, barely got through school, was thrown out of high schools. I remember the last class, the last day of my high school career, I was thrown out of the class just for fucking around. It wasn't serious stuff. I was just probably annoying to the teacher because I wanted to have fun. I'm here to have fun every day. I don't know about you, Teach. I'll try to be polite, but sometimes it's hard. And that's what's important. And so it's there for people, and this is there. See, what bothers me more, if you don't learn it, and if you don't try, to test it, that's it. Learning is just by doing. It's like learning to swim. You jump in the water 10 times, you'll learn to swim because your mouth will be full of water and you'll learn how to stop it. So the same way with this. Maybe the first 10 times it won't work, but you'll learn. But you won't learn sitting in the classroom. You have to learn how to swim by getting in the goddamn water, okay? That's how you swim. You don't swim learning in the classroom. Just get it out there, get the stuff I send you and call somebody. And when you call somebody, there may be terrible people because there's a lot of people out there that are unhappy nowadays. So you may get one and then you have to go on and call the next one. And you may get put on hold for 20 minutes. That may happen. That's a bureaucratic runaround. You call Comcast now, you could be on hold for 20 minutes. So it's just part of large organizations. You may get the bureaucratic runaround, right, because you don't know the exact name. You don't know Rapid Unsheltered Survivor Housing. If you knew that, you could get right to the number, but you don't know that. So you're looking for homeless or you're looking for housing, man. So you're going to get the bureaucratic runaround because you don't know the bureaucratic language. You have to learn it by talking to people. You can learn that. So if I gave you that number, yes, someone in that HUD agency will learn it too. And so you make enough phone calls and you'll get there. It's all about putting in the effort. There's no magic. No magic. All of us have 99% of the talent we need to get anything. It's just using it and realizing that what we think the world should be, it ain't. So we have to use it as it is. And we use it as it is and take advantage of it that way. Otherwise, it's going to take advantage of you. And it's easy. It's easy. If I could do it, man, anybody can. So that's important to realize. Other things. Okay, what's coming up? I think we're getting close to the announcing the winners for the grant. What is today, like 17th, 18th? So it usually takes us about 2 weeks from the 4th. So from the August 4th grant, we should be soon announcing the winners. If we haven't today, maybe I haven't keep them. I'm at the beach. So maybe we did that. And the next grant is for car repair, and that's on the 20th. So you have 2-3 more days to apply for the car repair grant. Okay, and you go on Let's Go Help 2. It's pretty easy. You see all the grants there and the applications are all there. And the third one is a free computer, and that is on the 30th. So we give out the free computers on the 30th. So you can apply to that by the 30th. And boy, we're sending those out like hotcakes. That's fun to see. So people get a decent tool to use to find out this stuff. It's hard on the phone. A lot of people do it on the phone, and you can. Members have gotten tens and thousands of dollars doing it on the phone. And people that have won something, please let us know. When you get the check or the money or the computer, just start a new discussion or a new chat or whatever format it is that you're using on Let's Go on Facebook or Let's Go Help 2, and let us know. Take a picture of the computer or the check or something to dramatize it of yourself would be nice, and because that helps us a lot. If people could see on our websites that these are real people that get this money. We are not scams. There's just too much scams out there. So people are right to be skeptical. I'm trying to tell you to be skeptical and don't trust people that are going to fix your credit. And so that's why it happens to us, because most people who are selling grants are scammers one way or another. And so to let people know that this is a real service and we're really trying to help people. I mean, God, we give almost half our money away. To you, the members, every month, $70,000, man. I mean, that's big money to me. It may not be to you, or particularly in Washington, it's peanuts, but it's big money to me. And it's important. And what we do, I feel, is important. So you could help us continue by letting people know what we did for you. And that's the best way to say thank you for us, is let other people know, go on the on one of the platforms, either Facebook or Let's Go Help Too, and tell us what we did for you. If we screwed you over, then tell us what you did. And actually, anybody who feels screwed up will always get their money back from me. I don't care. I mean, if we somehow misled you in something, we'll give you all your money back. It's not worth it. I mean, and you make a decision on buying based on a little bit of information, and you may misinterpret that. Our motive is to maybe lean towards hoping you do misinterpret that. Because when you're trying to get sales, then you stretch the envelope and things like that. So anytime you feel we did that, we'll give you your money back. And it's not worth it for us, because we are here to try to help as much as we possibly can, to use every bit of energy we possibly can to help you solve a financial problem. And their problems can be solved. And you're right, I can't solve every problem. Nobody can. But you can try, and you can help develop your own answer to this if you learn a few little techniques that we can easily pass on to you about how this system works, so you can start learning these techniques. That's why we have seminars, weekly seminars on grants, grant researching and stuff like that. And they're all free. Everything, once you pay for us, you never have to give us any more money again. So we're $20, you got everything we have. You could ask us 100 questions a day if you want. Anything, everything is free once you pay the $20. So that's how I always dreamt that it should be, and it is. Now I can't. What is it? Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can't find any questions here. Just Tammy. Yeah. Anybody have a question on Let's Go Help Too that I can ask while I'm here? Answer while I'm here. Joanne Thomas, can I help you with something? Anybody? Lucianne, can I help you with anything? Tammy. Okay. How do you determine winners for the in-house grants? I applied for months and months and can't seem to. Yeah, that's a very subjective thing, Joanne. What we do, we have a panel. We have 6 people that read all these applications, and there's thousands of them. So people go through the applications and try to pick out who they think needs it the most. I mean, and that's very subjective. So there's no criteria in a way, unfortunately. I'm sorry, can't tell you exactly what to say. No, and it depends on how many people apply and what kind of applications there are. So what you should, Joanna, is let me help you more on getting the government. Government's going to get you more than $1,000. So start a new discussion on Facebook is probably the best way to get me to answer, and tell me what you want help with. If you tell me what you want to help with, you want to go back to school, you want to buy a house, you want to start a business or whatever, tell me that so I can collect the best places for you to start looking in your neighborhood that will help you with that. And help you in tens of thousands of dollars, not 500 or 1,000. So please ask me, and to get my answer, I'm trying to get it so we're on Let's Go Help Too, and that's what we're trying to do on the question corner, but that's going to take a while to straighten that out, so that we don't have a good place to make sure I see that. So you want to make sure I see it, go to the Facebook group, and everybody who's a member of any platform should also be a member there. If you're not, then contact Magic Mary by email at gmail.com. And also, you could also change your membership yourself. Where do I find help with the EDI loan and it can be forgiven? Yes, the EDI loan, let's see, okay, let's see what we have. Somebody wants, somebody asked for information about housing in Houston. Okay, look at the monster report, okay? Now, Tammy clicked on, there's all the reports are in the chat here. Click on the monster report and contact item number, the second item on the line. Shows you all the places to contact for buying a house in Atlanta, okay? There's about 7 or 8 places you do that, okay? Okay, the EDIL loan, if you need that forgiven, yes, they have programs like that. You want to find out about it, okay? How do you find out about your EIDL loan and get it forgiven? Go to SBA, go to, hi, yeah.
Live.
Yeah, that's okay.
Tennis court.
Okay, see. Okay, for EDI, yeah, go to the monster report and look at item 3. Item 3 on the monster report. 2 is housing, 3 is business, and they'll show you how to find free consultants that will help you with that, okay? Actually, if you go to SBA, the SBA and the EIDL, they have a service there. They even have a 800 number that will help you answer those questions. And if you have any problems with that, like you think they're screwing you over or you can't pay and you don't want to go to jail, anything like that, then you call your elected official, okay? And that's at commoncause.org, and put in your zip code and contact your elected official. If you need more information from me to do this, remember on Facebook, you just start a new discussion there, and I'll do that. What do you think about the BRICS money union of Conte? Will it affect our government giving out grants to us? I heard our $55 will affect our $100. Now, BRICS, I mean, my understanding, that's a collection of certain countries, okay? I don't know. I mean, that's international economics. I barely get to know about that. What you can do, now here's a way, if you want expert advice on BRICS and its effect here, you could contact your congressman and ask him for this. It's called a CRS report on CRS report. CRS is a research arm of the U.S. Congress, and it's like 700 PhDs that study everything in the world for Congress to be smart about. And Congress usually never reads them, but they're there for you to use too. So you could, but you have to go through your congressman to get it. So just contact your congressman's office, ask them for the CRS report on BRICS. There could be half a dozen or something. and whatever I think would be worthless anyway. It's too complicated for me. And actually, for the short term, man, most of us have more problems that won't be affected. Most of that is longer term things. And maybe longer term, I mean, how it would affect us if it does something to the economy that affects our interest rate or something like that, then because if you have a mortgage, if you're locked in, you don't have to worry about it. If you're going out for a new mortgage, maybe it'll cost, the rent will be higher, okay? And that's it. What website to look to start funding for real estate investing? There are two things, Rose, for real estate investing. Go to Meta Report, Meta and Monster. Okay, Monster. And the Meta Report is item number 14, shows you all the government programs for real estate, okay? So all the government programs for real estate in item number 14, Meta. And item 2 in Monster, okay? And that's how to get started, whatever. The other two things you should do is item number 3 in Monster and sign up for meetup.com. Okay, let me tell you what's in those. Item number 3 in Monster is free help for anybody who wants to start anything that's going to make them money. So if you want to be a freelancer, real estate investor, whatever, these are experts who get grants to help you figure out how to start a real estate business, okay? So that's what you need, because they know more the landscape of the help to start any kind of business out there. So they could help you identify all that stuff, help you think through it, because if you haven't done this before, you don't really know what the heck's out there. You think you know, so that's what you think you need. But what you have to do is get people to help you think through that part before you go looking for money to see what is practical and what is worthwhile trying to get. And that's what item number 3 in the Monster is. Meetup is sort of like that. That is where you could find people that is where you find people like you that are already doing this. Meetup.com is a place where you could find, a half a dozen to a dozen or 3 dozen, depending on where you live, meetup groups that invest in real estate, okay? So these are people that are already investing in real estate that you could learn from for free, So that's what you want to do. Illinois, okay, where do I find the Monster Report? Oh, Tammy's right there, man. She is always there. Right, so it's right there, Tammy. Illinois, yeah. So that's it. Now, there's somebody else, I think, had a question that I couldn't find. Can you please put the link in the chat for the mini and yeah, Penny, it's all over the chat. Okay, there's 3 reports that Tammy has put in. They're all there. Where can I find a grant for housing in Houston? Okay, we call that. We did the bricks. We did the EIDL, Rush Rapid. Okay, we got. Any other questions before I leave, guys? Oh, okay. My local career source has no info about paid job training internships. Ooh, that sounds terrible. Where do you live? Are there national databases of internships, other opportunities to get paid to learn new jobs? Yes, Joseph. There's lots. That's funny. Okay, every state has an office of internships. Okay, Joseph, can you tell me? To make sure I see this, go over to Facebook and tell me the state you're in. Your state. Okay, so tell me the state you're in, And also, you know what you should do, Joseph, is now, I know. Here's what to do, Joseph. There's something better. I'll show you. Um, Tammy put something, the 500 mini grants. Okay, go to that report, 500 mini grants, and download your state. The, okay, look for Tammy again on the listing here and download the report that she put up for the mini grants. And that that list will have every state in there. So no matter what state you are, you could download the mini grant for that state. So they're all there. So you could, there she is again. Bless her heart, isn't she wonderful? Oh, Florida. Okay, yeah, and in there shows you it's by section. It's by paying bills, entrepreneuring, grants, and training. So look at the grants and training section, and there'll be a link there for the it's not internships. You want what the heck is it? Well, it's there. You want it's a job training program. An internship doesn't pay. That's why. Wait a minute. Oh, thank you, Frank. Awfully nice of you to say that. Boy, we all struggle. Now, and what to also do is go to Find Help, findhelp.org, and search job training. Okay, but there's also a main database, Apprentice. Yeah, the Career One Shop should know about apprentice programs. But if you download the report, the 500 mini grant report for your state, it'll show you the state office for apprentice programs. And usually they have a database of all the apprentice programs. Also, they're starting so many new ones all the time. You want to, that won't be in the database yet, you want to check locally. So maybe if you just put not internship or apprentice, you just want job training. So if you go back to the Career One Stop and you say you want job training, and then choose that way, and that may be a better way to be successful in that. Okay, so Java, please and thank you. I tried to open the statement, but there's locked next. There is a lock next to states. I'm logged into my account. Yeah, I don't know. Let me make sure I give you. Tammy, is yours locked? That you're giving out, maybe. We have a Houston. We have a problem. Let's see, make sure. Let's see if this were, okay, here, I'm in Allstate. Well, here's, I think try this link. Okay, let's see if that works. Okay, it worked for Tammy, but see, you maybe I'll be already approved. I'm wondering if the other people, so there's a new one. I think that's I tried to open it, but the Alba, can you check that, please, and thank you, okay. Okay, guys, I think I gotta go on vacation. Actually, Hey, 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 I'm on vacation every day 'cause I love my occupation. Hey, 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 I'm on vacation every day 'cause I love my occupation. That's how I feel. And that's what I want to help people find occupations that they can make money at and they love doing. Then you're on vacation every day, man. But now I want to stay married too. So I got to go. Do you need paid membership to view? Aren't you a paid membership? Yes, you do. Hey, Charity's there. Wonderful. Yes. So maybe that's it. Yeah. Well, actually, to view this video, this training, you should be a paid member. I would like to do it for free for everybody, but in order to keep doing it, I got to earn some money to pay. And any extra money we give back to the people, back to members. So the members get the money. Members get the money. Members get, 45 days. Okay, better go, guys. Sending you happiness on your vacation. Thank you. Have a great day. Let's go, helper. Thank you, Frank. Thank you for everything and your nice words. And remember, have fun and help somebody. Love you too, Charity. Remember, be sure you help somebody today.